Central Vigilance Commission is the apex vigilance institution that is free of control from any executive authority and monitors all vigilance activity under the central government and advising various authorities in central government organizations in planning, executing, reviewing, and reforming their vigilance work. Vigilance means to ensure clean and prompt administrative action towards achieving efficiency and effectiveness of the employees in particular and the organization in general, as lack of vigilance leads to waste, losses, and economic decline. The CVC was set up by the government in February 1964 on the recommendations of the Committee on Corruption that is headed by Sri K. Santhanam. In 2003, the Parliament enacted CVC Act conferring statutory status on the CVC. The CVC is not controlled by any ministry or department. It is an independent body which is only responsible to the Parliament. The CVC receives complaints on corruption or misuse of office and to recommend appropriate action. Following institutions or bodies or a person can approach to CVC, like central government, Lokpal, whistleblowers. A whistleblower is a person who could be an employee of a company or a government agency or an outsider like media, higher government officials or police, disclosing information to the public or some higher authority about any wrongdoing which could be in the form of fraud, corruption, etc. It is not an investigating agency. The CVC either gets the investigation done through the CBI or through Chief Vigilance Officers CVO in government offices. It is empowered to inquire into offences alleged to have been committed under the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988 by certain categories of public servants. Its annual report gives the details of the work done by the Commission and points to systemic failures which lead to corruption in government departments. Improvements and preventive measures are also suggested in report. The Special Police Establishment SPE, which was set up in 1941 by the Government of India. The functions of the SPE then were to investigate cases of bribery and corruption in transactions with the War and Supply Department of India during World War II. Even after the end of the war, the need for a central government agency to investigate cases of bribery and corruption by central government employees was felt. The Delhi Special Police Establishment Act was therefore brought into force in 1946. After promulgation of the Act, superintendence of SPE was transferred to the Home Department and its functions were enlarged to cover all departments of the Government of India. The jurisdiction of SPE was extended to all the Union territories and the Act provided for its extension to states with the consent of the state government. By 1963, the SPE was authorized to investigate offences under 91 different sections of Indian Penal Code IPC and 16 other central acts besides the offences under the Prevention of Corruption Act 1947. A growing need was felt for a central police agency at disposal of the central government which could investigate not only cases of bribery and corruption but also violation of central fiscal laws, major frauds relating to Government of Indian departments, public joint stock companies, passport frauds, crimes on the high seas, crimes on the airlines, and serious crimes committed by organized gangs and professional criminals. On the recommendations of the Santhanam Committee on Prevention of Corruption, Central Bureau of Investigation CBI was established by a resolution of the Ministry of Home Affairs on April 1, 1963. Later, it was transferred to the Ministry of Personnel and now it enjoys the status of an attached office. In 1964, the Central Vigilance Commission CVC was set up by the government on the recommendations of Santhanam Committee to advise and guide central government agencies in the field of vigilance. The Supreme Court, in the judgment of Vinith Narain and others versus Union of India in 1997, gave directions regarding the superior role of CVC. In this case, the role of the Central Bureau of Investigation was criticized, and the court directed that CVC should be given a supervisory role over CBI. The government promulgated an ordinance in 1998 conferring statutory status to the CVC and the powers to exercise superintendence over functioning of the Delhi Special Police Establishment (CBI) and also to review the progress of the investigations pertaining to alleged offences under the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988 conducted by them. The commission was given statutory status by the enactment of Central Vigilance Commission Act 2003. After enactment of CVC Act 2003, the Commission became a multi-member body consisting of Central Vigilance Commissioner, the chairperson, and not more than 2 Vigilance Commissioners or members to be appointed by the President. The Supreme Court, in a writ petition filed after the murder of Shri Satyendra Dubey in 2003, a whistleblower, directed that a machinery be put in place for acting on complaints from whistleblowers till a law is enacted. In pursuance of that direction, the Government of India notified the Public Interest Disclosure and Protection of Informers Resolution PIDPI 2004. This resolution is popularly known as Whistleblowers Resolution and is designated the Central Vigilance Commission as the agency to receive and act on complaints or disclosure on any allegation of corruption or misuse of office from whistleblowers. The Commission has been entrusted with the responsibility of keeping the identity of the complainant secret while lodging a complaint under PIDPI resolution in order to provide protection to whistleblowers from victimization. The Public Interest Disclosure and Protection to Person Making the Disclosures PIDPPMD Bill 2010, renamed as the Whistleblowers Protection Bill 2011, was enacted by the central government in Parliament as the Whistleblowers Protection Act 2014. Through subsequent ordinances and legislations, the government has added to the functions and powers of Commission. In 2013, the Parliament enacted the Lokpal and Lokayuktas Act 2013. This Act has amended CVC Act 2003, whereby the Commission has been empowered to conduct preliminary inquiry and further investigation into complaints referred by Lokpal. On the issue of overlap of jurisdiction between the CVC Act and the Lokpal and Lokayuktas Act, the Commission has communicated its suggestions to the Department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Personal Public Grievances, Law and Justice during its examination of the Lokpal and Lokayuktas and other related law or Amendment Bill 2014. The Central Vigilance Commission has its own secretariat, Chief Technical Examiners Wing CTE, and a wing of Commissioners for Departmental Inquiries CDI. For investigation work, CVC has to depend on 2 external sources, CBI and Chief Vigilance Officers CVO. Multi-member commission consists of a Central Vigilance Commissioner, chairperson, and not more than 2 Vigilance Commissioners or member. The Central Vigilance Commissioner and the Vigilance Commissioners are appointed by the President on the recommendations of a committee consisting of the Prime Minister or the chairperson, the Minister of Home Affairs member, and the Leader of the Opposition in the House of People is another member. The term of office of the Central Vigilance Commissioner and the Vigilance Commissioner is 4 years from the date on which they enter their office or till they attain the age of 65 years, whichever is earlier. The Secretariat consists of Secretary, 4 additional secretaries, 30 directors or deputy secretaries, including 2 officers on special duty, 4 under secretaries, and office staff. The Chief Technical Examiners Organization constitutes the technical wing of the Central Vigilance Commission and is manned by 2 engineers of the rank of Chief Engineers designated as Chief Technical Examiners with supporting engineering staff. The main functions assigned to these organizations are technical audit of construction work of governmental organizations from a vigilance angle, or the investigation of special cases of complaints relating to construction works, and extension of assistance to CBI in their investigations involving technical matters and for evaluation of properties in Delhi, and tendering of advice or assistance to the Commission and Chief Vigilance Officers in vigilance cases involving technical matters. During the year 2017, CTEO undertook intensive examinations of 66 procurement cases covering 52 organizations. Some of the organizations where intensive examinations were undertaken are Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, MORT&H, Central Public Works Department, CPWD, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIIMS, Employees State Insurance Corporation, ESIC, Central University of Punjab, Airports Authority of India, AAI, North Delhi Municipal Corporation, NDMC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, ONGC, Bank of Baroda, BOB. There are 14 posts of Commissioners for Departmental Enquiries, CDI, in the Commission, 11 in the rank of Director and 3 in the rank of Deputy Secretary. The CDIs function as inquiry officers to conduct oral inquiries in departmental proceeding initiated against public servants. IIT reflects the transparent, accountable and efficient governance of public organizations. CBC has appointed the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, to undertake a research-based approach to create an integrity index that various organizations can use to measure themselves and which will evolve with changing needs. CBC has no investigation wing of its own as it depends on the CBI and the Chief Vigilance Officers, CVO, of central organizations, while CBI has its own investigation wing drawing its power from Delhi Special Police Establishment Act. Vigilance administration in departments or organizations is headed by the Chief Vigilance Officers, CVO, and the Commission's activities concerning inquiry or causing inquiry are supported by or carried out through the CVOs. Complaints received in the Commission are scrutinized thoroughly, and wherever specific and verifiable allegations of vigilance nature are noticed, the complaints are forwarded to the CBO or CBI to conduct inquiry or investigation into the matter and report to the Commission expeditiously. CVOs in all departments or organizations are appointed after prior consultation with the Commission. CBI works under the overall supervision of CBC in matters related to the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. The most important role of CBI is prevention of corruption and maintaining integrity in administration. The CBC Act provides for a security of 2-year tenure in office for CBI Director. The CBC heads the committee for the selection of the Director of CBI and other officers of the rank of SP and above in the CBI, DSPE, and investigation wing of CBI. members of All India Service serving in connection with the affairs of the Union and Group A offices of the central government. Officers of the rank of Scale 5 and above in the public sector banks. Officers in Grade D and above in Reserve Bank of India, NABARD and SIDBI. Chief executives and executives on the board and other officers of E8 and above in Schedule A and B public sector undertakings. Chief executives and executives on the board and other officers of E7 and above in Schedule C and D public sector undertakings. Managers and above in general insurance companies. Senior divisional managers and above in life insurance corporations. Officers drawing salary of Rs 8,700 per month and above on central government DA, that is dearness allowance pattern, as on the date of the notification and as may be revised from time to time in societies and other local authorities. The Act has amended some provisions of CVC Act 2003, whereby the Commission has been empowered to conduct preliminary inquiry into complaints referred by Lokpal in respect of offices and officials of Group B, C and D besides Group A officers for which a Directorate of Inquiry for making preliminary inquiry is to be set up in the Commission. The preliminary inquiry reports in such matters referred by Lokpal in respect of Group A and B officers and required to be sent to the Lokpal by the Commission. The Commission is also mandated to cause further investigation after preliminary inquiry into such Lokpal references in respect of Group C and D officials and decide on further course of action against them. The Whistleblowers Protection Act 2014 empowers the Commission as the competent authority to receive complaints relating to disclosure on any allegation of corruption or willful misuse of power or willful misuse of discretion against any public servant, and to inquire or cause any inquiry into such disclosure and to provide adequate safeguards against victimization of the person making such complaint and for matters connected therewith and incidental thereto. CVC is often considered a powerless agency as it is treated as an advisory body only with no power to register criminal case against government officials or direct CBI to initiate inquiries against any officer of the level of Joint Secretary and above. Although CVC is relatively independent in its functioning, it neither has the resources nor the power to take action on complaints of corruption. In the recent past, India has emerged as a progressive and vibrant economy. With the rapid growth in all sectors of the economy, huge investments were made in countries' infrastructure, construction, retail, and many other sectors in government. Rapid growth in economy throws up CVC's challenges in the fight against the menace of corruption. There is greater need in such times to address the shortcomings in the system of CVC.